Grab onto one of these and they just pull.
What?
Okay. I know.
Come on, guys.
Come back down, guys. Come on, you. No, that way.
Where are you going? I'm gonna go wherever I want.
Come back up.
Come on. You got it. Nope. Wrong spot. You can say you little turkey. It literally means.
You guys jump down.
Hey. All right, walk away like. Pretend like you don't care. Yeah, I know. I know you'd rather play.
You guys made such a mess up here. So Dwayne is finishing up watering the Sudan grass over there, which you can see is just exploded with all the rain that we've gotten recently. And so he's actually been out of commission for the last week and a half to 2 weeks. He has quarantine, so he's been home. and even from me. So we've been in separate bedrooms, using separate bathrooms. He's starting to feel better. I have tested negative, so haven't had any symptoms. So I think we're getting past this with him feeling a little better. So we're gonna try to do a project today. So this is really the first that he's had a chance to do. So we're gonna try to make sure we take it easy and don't overdo it for him. You can see from the turkeys coming out of the brooder that they are starting to outgrow the brooder. It's getting a little tight in there and they want to be out of there. So we are going to build a area inside the chicken run for the turkeys that we will eventually probably have the turkeys in the run and then have this area maybe for the 2 chickens that we have left, which those 2 are doing really good. They are together all the time. They pretty much never separate, which is good. So they're neither one of them are broody anymore, which is great. So we're not having to deal with that either. So let me go see what Dwayne, if he's almost done, and then we'll get started on the project over in the chicken run.
We're over here at the sorghum, and first of all, long sleeve and pants. One of the challenges with all the rain is we have a whole lot of mosquitoes again, but wanted to give you guys an update on the sorghum. You can see it's doing amazing. So we have the tassels at the top, so the actual sorghum grain heads are just starting to form on some of these taller ones. Now we've got a mixture of grass in here as far as the heights are concerned. This is probably the tallest one here, but you can see having that sorghum setting here at the end of August going into September is pretty cool. And the grass itself looks amazing. And one of the things we definitely noticed is as we got the rain, which we've gotten a good amount of rain, although not as much as you guys have in the city, we've so far clocked about 3 inches here over the last several weeks, which has been really good. And this definitely responded to that. And that really makes it clear to us that we need to reconsider how we're gonna water this, which I know we had talked about before, but we definitely need to water much deeper. And you can see how it's reacted. But it just looks beautiful, and we've got sorghum grains. You know what? I can cut the netting.
Right, so we had unleashed the Persian mulberry that we had over here. We had put the cage around it because the ground squirrels were attacking it, and as you can see, it has exploded. It was exploding out of the cage. The stuff outside of the cage hasn't been touched, so we're gonna hope that the ground squirrels are not gonna attack it since there's so much green on the ground right now. So, but it is doing fantastic. As you can see, with the rain came all the weeds. I know people have asked us in the past how we control the weeds, and thankfully we haven't had to deal with them too much this year, but as you can see, they're really exploding here on the ground. So we'll have to, as we have time, come back and start doing a little bit of weed control, but we don't spray anything, so it's all either by hand or by the trimmers that we have or the mowers. So, but it's definitely greening it all up in here.
Okay, we're in the chicken coop and run here. So we have the turkeys that are getting way too big for that brooder, which we knew was gonna happen. I guess we just didn't realize how fast they were gonna grow. So what we did is we actually got a dog kennel from Tractor Supply that we're gonna put together, but a few things we need to do. We need to get this shade cloth replaced. So we have a new one that we got on Amazon. We're gonna go ahead and swap that out first, and then we're gonna install the dog kennel inside the coop and run here with the hopes that we'll be able to have the turkeys in there for now and eventually have the chickens in there once the turkeys are big enough to be out here and we feel comfortable with that. Now the turkeys are only 4.5 weeks old, so they're not quite old enough, I don't think, to be outside completely, but we'll kind of look at the weather and see whether or not we can put them out this week. If not, next weekend for sure, but we need to make sure that they're not going to get beat up too much by the wind, which is the only thing we're worried about for now. So that's the reason why we have the kennel, and then of course we'll be able to use that for a lot in the future. But we need to go ahead and get this taken off, get the new one replaced, and then get to work in here. So we kind of know where the end is going to be. So probably about there.
I was thinking we would stand up the two sides that are going to be here up against this for right now.
So place that in that first 17.
I think we can go. You guys are like locking yourselves in there.
They think they're stuck.
You like locked yourselves in there.
Come on. Come on, you guys. Come on, you guys. Yeah, you're fine. You can get out that way. Oh my goodness.
They don't know what to do.
No. They literally have...
like, I'm just gonna dig.
Yeah. Hey, hey, stop making a mess. Oh my goodness. Extra protection, I'll bet you the dogs can't get us in here.
You guys want to come out? Come on.
So chickens are not exactly very smart.
Come on.
There's only one spot that they're locked into, and they decided to walk in there, and they're not coming out. Yeah, so apparently chickens like to be locked up in cages. Now, of course, this is a dog kennel designed for dogs. We need it for turkeys. So what we still need to install is we need to get a roost installed. So we're going to be using 2x4s for the turkeys because they'll only be in here for, I don't know, several weeks or so. But for now, they are roosting and they're much bigger and they're very clumsy with their claws. So we're going to use a 2x4 for their roosts. And all I'm going to basically do is just sandwich a 1x4 on the side to hold the roost in place. And then we have to make sure that these guys are going to be protected from the elements. So we'll be putting a tarp on the top, and then we'll be using shade cloth that will wrap around this side. So that way there's not too much wind blowing on them because, of course, as you guys know, we have an open coop design here in Arizona. And all we really need to do is make sure that we're not going to have water on top of them and they're going to be able to get out of the breeze as best they can. So first things first, let's go ahead and get some wood cut and get the roosts installed. So it's going to need to be, I'm going to say 61 inches. Get us to 61. separated back across the back, right?
Yeah, we were gonna do here and then.
Oh, and look at that. I think it's gonna go right to the thing. We have this done. You can see we have 2 roosts that are set up at the same height, which is just fine for turkeys. They don't really care either way. They just need to be able to get up off the ground. But we have some additional protection from them here. Is really above the entire thing, but particularly wanted to make sure we had plenty of protection when they're roosting from rain, because we still probably, hopefully, will get some rain. And then there still is enough airflow in here, but I don't think they're gonna get a whole lot of draft. Now, the only exception is wind coming in from the north, but again, once they're 6 weeks old at least, that's generally not an issue. We're gonna be using this for turkeys right now, but one of the challenges that we've had is bringing on other poultry and replacement hens and things like that. And when they're really small, we need to make sure we keep them separate from the bigger chickens. This will also give us a permanent place to take broody hens and put them in timeout, and they'll still be fairly comfortable, but obviously won't have a nesting box in here. So small chickens that were waiting to get up to full size, they've got a 6x10 space to do that. And then of course right now with the turkeys have a temporary home until we swap them with those hens over there. We got that project done, and I'm a little winded. So if you're curious, yes, my quarantine period ended yesterday. And so we wanted to get to work, but I needed to take it a little bit easy. I just wanted to give you guys a couple quick shots. There we go. The orchards are looking fantastic with that rain. I mean, just incredible. These peach trees are 8 feet tall, 7, 8 feet tall. We've got a couple of trees in the back that look fantastic, but there was one tree in particular I had to give you guys an update on, and you probably know what I'm talking about. Quick update on the weeping mulberry tree, the tree that we planted for my dad. And it is doing fantastic. It has weeping branches that are just about down to the ground and just a beautiful tree. Now, if you guys watched us plant this, one of the concerns I had was the rootstock. It's a Myro rootstock, and generally that's not necessarily the best rootstock for us here in Arizona, but it's doing fantastic. So that was really good to see. And of course, all the trees with the rain are doing really, really good. All right, I'm a little winded at this point, so I'm not gonna push it anymore today. Lori and I are gonna go ahead and head inside. It's definitely getting really, really warm, but we wanted to make sure we brought you guys along with a quick project today and let you know we were still alive. So just wanna thank you for joining us today. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. This is our weekly vlog where we give everybody an update, but we would love to have you as a subscriber and share the content. If you know anybody that's into this kind of thing and you think might enjoy it, please share it. That helps us out here. Last but not least, our Amazon shop. That's a free, painless way to help support the channel. If you start with the link down below, it doesn't matter what you buy, you help to support us here. So just want to thank you for joining us today and remind you, if we can farm on the edge of nowhere, so can you. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous walking into this. It's like Children of the Corn.
It totally is.
I don't like that show. Wait, what? Oh! I think I'm feeling better.
That was not funny.